Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to understand the concept of utility under microeconomics. So before we start, I would like to ask you, if a person purchases a good or services, what is the reason behind that? Why do you buy goods and services? Of course, a person buys a goods or a service to have some satisfaction. Like if a person purchases an apple, the satisfaction from that apple is eating and trying to be fit or healthy, right? So it must be because they provide you satisfaction, and in terms of economics, this is known as satisfaction, and in terms of economics, it is known as utility. For example, as already discussed, a person who consumes a good such as apple, person gains utility from eating apples. The satisfaction in economics is known as utility. But we cannot measure utility the same way we can measure apple's weight or calorie content. Okay, so do you understand what that means? If we eat an apple, we cannot measure it in terms of numeric value. Like it gave me a satisfaction of 10. It can't be. You can say that this apple I feel satisfied after eating this apple, or my hunger was satisfied after eating this apple, but you cannot measure it in terms of numeric value, right? Therefore, there is no scale we can use to determine the quantity of utility an apple generates. Moving forward, utility is determined in two ways: cardinal utility and ordinal utility. First, we will understand what is cardinal utility, and then we will going forward to ordinal utility. So, cardinal utility approach is propounded by neoclassical economists who believe that utility is measurable and the customer can express his satisfaction in cardinal or quantitative numbers. Okay, so once this utility concept was considered, there was a scientist who came and did a research. He came out that cardinal utility concept. The cardinal utility concept tells that the utility can be measured in quantitative terms such as 1, 2, 3, and so on. So the neoclassical economists developed the theory of consumption based on the assumption that utility is measured and can be expressed cardinally. They have introduced a hypothetical unit called utils, meaning the unit of utility. So the unit of utility is util, which came into consideration. Here 1 util is equivalent to 1 rupee and the utility of money remains constant. This is all about the cardinal utility. Coming forward to the ordinal utility. In ordinal utility, the consumer only rank choices in terms of preferences, but we do not give exact numerical figures for utility. For example, we prefer BMW car to a Nissan car, but we can't say how much. In terms of ordinal utility, the scientists wanted to say that it cannot be, the utilities cannot be measured in any quantitative terms, but a person can tell that this good gave me more satisfaction than the other one. It is argued that this is more relevant in real world. Okay, when deciding where to go for lunch, we may just decide I prefer an Italian restaurant to Chinese. We don't calculate the exact levels of utility. I hope I'm clear to you that ordinal utility, it cannot be measured in terms of number. It does not have any unit of measurement. It is just that we can feel our satisfaction and we can compare it with good A and good B. That which one gives you more satisfaction and which one gives you less satisfaction. Then comes the total utility. If we could measure utility, total utility would be the number of units of utility that a consumer gains from consuming a given from consuming a given quantity of a good or service or activity during a particular time period. The higher consumer's total utility, the higher that consumer's level of satisfaction. Total utility says that if we could measure or count the utility, we could have add up the total utility, our satisfaction, and the whole come together, we will call it total utility. The utility rises at a decreasing rate. Decreasing rate, as we can say that if you are consuming a chocolate, the first chocolate will give you the best of the satisfaction. But when you consume the second chocolate, you will be less satisfied, and so on. So, the more you consume the same product, your satisfaction, your utility will now keep on decreasing. Therefore, the utility rises at a decreasing rate. I hope you understand. We will understand the total utility from this diagram. We can see that this diagram shows our total utility, and this diagram shows our marginal utility. Total utility, we will understand marginal utility once we understood the total utility. This is a diagram that represents total utility. The diagram shows that before a consumption of a particular good, the satisfaction or utility is 0. But slowly the consumption has been increased. The utility has started increasing. But slowly after good, at the level of 1, then slowly it started increasing. It increased, and at the consumption of good at a level of 5, we can see it is the highest. 6 is the highest, and after that it started decreasing. So the total utility says the once you start consuming a good, you will be satisfied. But at the topmost, when you will be satisfied, your satisfaction will start decreasing. You will be not getting that level of satisfaction once you have the best of the good. So the total utility increases at a decreasing rate. This is the graph which shows total utility of a good or a service. Coming towards the marginal utility. Marginal utility, the amount by which the total utility rises with consumption of an additional unit of a good or a service or activity, or other things remaining constant, is known as marginal utility. The marginal utility curve is downward sloping. It shows the marginal utility for movies decline as he consumes more of them. When we use or consume an additional unit of a good, this reflects the marginal utility. In this, other things does not change. I mean, if you are consuming a chocolate, that particular chocolate you will consume, and you will consume it again. It is the increase in consumption of a particular good or service, but other things does not change. So the marginal utility curve is downward sloping. It shows that marginal utility for movies declines as he consumes more of them. We can see when the considering the movies. Okay, so once the movie was seen for the first time, the consumption level was the highest. But slowly, when the person went for the same movie again, the satisfaction level started decreasing, and slowly the satisfaction came out to be 0. And it will go to negative as well. This curve shows marginal utility. This curve shows total utility. Total utility increases, marginal utility decreases. Okay. Then we will understand the law of diminishing marginal utility. The law of diminishing marginal utility states that all else equal as consumption increases, the marginal utility derived from each additional unit decreases. as we already understood that if we consume, or we will take the example of movie only. We went to watch a movie for the very first time. That will give us the very high level of satisfaction. We will be very happy and very satisfied after watching that movie. But if we again go to watch that same movie and other things does not change, it will give us a little satisfaction, but not as satisfaction as we get from the first time. So slowly the satisfaction starts decreasing. This is known as the law of diminishing marginal utility. Marginal utility is derived as the change in utility as an additional unit is consumed. Utility is an economic term used to represent satisfaction or happiness. Marginal utility is the incremental increase in utility that results from the consumption of one additional unit. I hope you guys are able to understand what I am trying to make you understand. This was all about our utility. We understood what is utility, what is total utility, what is marginal utility, how we are going to measure utility, which is divided into two parts, cardinal and ordinal. Concluding, we can to the points what actually we understand. Utility is a term in microeconomics that describes to the incremental satisfaction received from consuming a good or service. Cardinal utility attempts to assign a numerical value to the utility of economic, while ordinal utility simply provides a rank ordering. In marginal utility, it is important concept in understanding how the addition of just one more unit changes overall satisfaction. Utility is a useful concept but is controversial in that human beings are not necessarily rational utility maximizers in reality. The next thing we have to understand in this is the indifference curve and the budget line. That will be understood in the next video. So keep watching and keep sharing. Let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.